Up, everyone? It's Mar the Bard here again for another episode of Conversations with the Bard in real time. I got a new guest for you guys. I'm going to be sitting down with a good friend of mine. I've known her for a long, long time. Let's welcome Gretchen.
Thanks for having me.
Like I told you guys in past episodes, the goal is to inspire other individuals through my guest stories. And each guest, you're going to get different stories and you're definitely going to be inspired. I know that for sure. Like I said, thank you for tuning in. How you doing?
I'm good. Long day, but I'm glad to be here because this is... I enjoy conversations with you. It's like one of my favorite things.
Appreciate that. So usually, let me just start it off by saying this really, really quickly. Once a month, we try to aim for once a month to meet up together and have, we call it therapy, laughter, drinks, and I guess conversation is the same thing as therapy. No, not really.
Not exactly,
right?
but...
So this is one of our laughter, therapy, conversation, date nights. So thank you for tuning in with us tonight. All right. So my first question, it's always my first question. Let everyone know where you're from.
I'm from Scranton. Born and raised. Lived the first, 35-ish years of my life in Scranton, Pennsylvania. And you know I'm from Scranton because I don't say Scranton with a T. If you're really from Scranton, you don't say the T. Little known fact.
I wonder if I say that. I had to think about that.
Yeah, But
okay.
if you meet somebody who says they're from Scranton, they're not really from Scranton because they would say Scranton.
How do you say it again?
Scranton.
Scranton.
It's like there's an apostrophe. So it's like SCRAN apostrophe N.
Alright. I probably won't think about that and probably just go right into it. So I got a second guest on the show. That is, well, Maggie was from Dixon City.
Yep.
You're from Scranton.
Yep.
Right? I got it.
I think that's how you say it,
So,
though.
welcome.
Thanks.
I think we said that a couple of times. Alright, so from your point of view, because everybody's point of view is always going to be different, how was it growing up in Scranton, and what part, was it a specific part of Scranton? North side, south side?
So I grew up in Southside, and I think probably my experience of growing up in Scranton is maybe a little different than kind of your average person. I didn't go to Scranton public schools. I actually lived in the same house 0 to 21.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the home that my parents bought before my brother was born, we lived there, up until I think my parents moved out about 10 years ago. And so I lived in that same house in Southside my whole life. But I definitely had a little bit different experience growing up there because of not going to public schools. I went to a private school, kindergarten through 6th grade, and then I was actually homeschooled 7th through 12th. So I didn't have all of the same social experiences and interactions as, most people that grew up in the city. So there's the, rivalry with, which side of town are you from? Are you from west side, the hill section, whatever, North Scranton, south side? And because I didn't go to school there, I don't have as much of that as most Scrantonians.
So, and I know you have siblings. I'm not sure if you mentioned that or not. Like, where are you in that equation?
Yeah.
Are you the middle? Are you the baby?
So I'm the one and only girl.
Okay. Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, yeah?
I have 2 older brothers. One's 3 years older, one's 2 years older. And then I have a younger brother that's 3 years younger.
Okay.
So I'm kind of in the middle-ish.
Yeah, yeah.
My brother that's, I'm sorry, 2 years older, 3 years older, 2 years older, 3 years younger. Yeah, we've got 2 middle children, I guess. But I am the only girl, so that, another dynamic there. In our house, they all had to share a room. I got my own room. And I think by default, when you're the only girl, you're like the boss.
Yeah.
Even if you're not the oldest.
Yeah.
So there was that.
It wasn't like that in my house.
No.
It was just me and my brother. We had to share a room growing up.
Yeah.
And the projects. And even when we moved out here, I don't think I was the boss. We fought.
But he's older.
Like, we fought. He's 2 years older. We fought like cats and dogs. Like, how was your relationship with your brothers?
That's interesting.
Even though you said that you were the boss.
Yeah. So I fought like how you described your relationship with your older brother. That's how me and my older brother were. So my oldest brother, Carl, he's 3 years older than me.
Okay.
And he kind of like kept to himself, and not that we didn't do things together or whatever, but he was quieter, more maybe like mellow.
Yeah.
But my brother that's 2 years older than me, Kurt, I swear we try to like physically kill each other.
Yeah.
On the regular.
Yeah. How many times were you calling mom? How many times did your mom hear you saying mom? Mom?
Same thing. No, she didn't. She didn't usually get involved in those fights. It was like, you know what? If y'all kill each other, that's on you.
Yeah.
She didn't. I think because I'm sure there was a point in time where she did try to intervene, but it was pointless. We just kept fighting.
Yeah.
We argued. We fought about everything. It was crazy. Yeah.
That's
but and then my younger brother, we fought a little bit, but nothing like myself and Kurt, the one that's 2 years older than me.
But then like it probably like the same with you, like, and it's crazy because like I had like a love-hate for my brother. Like I hated him, but then when we got older, we're like this now.
Right.
Is that like that?
Yeah.
You?
I mean, I'm not real close to any of my siblings now, like, but I would say out of all of them, the one that I fought with the most is probably the one that I'm closer to or have the most in common with, or could have like the most, conversation and relationship. But I'm not close with any of them. I stayed here, and my brothers all moved, out of town. Nobody's really far. They're Philadelphia, New Jersey, Milford, and we see each other, regularly. But we don't have like not part of each other's everyday lives. So.
I think that's how it is, though. Like my brother doesn't live that far away from me. I mean, we see each other on occasions. We'll check in and things like that, but we don't, you know what I mean? Like, we don't talk as much as I wish we could, and I think it's because, life just always happens. We're just busy. We have our own families. Not that we don't want to engage more. And like I said, we do the check-ins and different things like that, but that's just how life is.
Yeah.
Family vacation. What, as a kid and as an adult, like what would you say? And you can figure out how you want to do it. Which one would you say was the worst, and which one would you say was like a memorable one, like the best? Like, yo, if we can replay this again, let's do it.
So when I was a kid, vacation was always the same. It was always one thing. So both of my parents grew up in Iowa and moved to Pennsylvania.
Keep going. I'm just going to move this back because I think it's getting smoky.
And none of...
oh, sorry. Keep going.
None of my, like, aunts, uncles, grandparents, like, nobody, no extended family lived here when I was growing up. It was just, my parents and me and my siblings. So, family vacation as a kid was going back to my parents' family in Iowa. So we wouldn't go every year. Every other summer, we would take a vacation. We would go to Iowa. We would drive there. Being a family of 6, like, flying was definitely out of the question.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
How many hours was the ride?
It's about 18 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you guys take
18.
breaks?
So, no, actually what we used to do is, for the longest time we had a station wagon, and then we had like a big van. But for the longest time we had a station wagon, and we would start out at like right after dinner. So we'd eat supper at home, we'd all pile into the car, and we'd start driving. My dad would always drive most of the way. And we'd be in the car for a couple hours, and we'd have like snack and get ready for bed. And like in the old station wagons, the back seat would fold down and be like a big flat space. This was like before seatbelt days.
Did y'all take turns laying back there?
No,
because I know
4 of us. So my mom would be in the front, my dad would be driving, and me and my 4 kids.
Okay.
So we'd all lay down in the back, just
and y'all
in a
small,
row. And we were small,
so
we weren't too tall.
Yeah.
And the 4 of us would lay down and sleep. And then my dad would drive all night. And I learned a lot from that, because I've done a lot of, traveling and driving with my kids. And when you drive at night, you avoid traffic.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's construction, but nighttime construction, but at least like the traffic flows. So we'd always make really good time at night. And then when we got up in the morning, we'd always stop for breakfast. That was like the one time of the year that we would go out to eat. And so that's like,
so you guys were like you would drive all night, not take breaks?
Well, I mean, you'd stop and like fill up the gas tank and go to the bathroom. So I remember like, waking up in the middle of the night, feeling like, oh, the car stopped.
Yeah.
We'd be at the gas station, my dad would be filling up the gas tank, getting a cup of coffee and going to the bathroom, and then get back in and keep driving.
Isn't that weird? Like, you always knew, like, when you stopped, like, you sleep,
feel it.
And you knew that, like, if it's time to get up, go to the bathroom, whatever.
Yeah.
Did your dad, like, drink coffee? Because I don't think they had, like, energy drinks.
No, he was a coffee drinker.
Okay.
He had his thermos of coffee from home.
Yeah.
And then when we stopped for breakfast, we'd all have breakfast, and then like in the station wagon, you had the seat that like faced backwards, and then the seats that faced forward, right?
Okay.
And so we would all like cram the 4 of us into the 3 seats that faced forward, and he would lay down in the back, and he would sleep. Then my mom would drive. The rest of the way, and we would usually be there by like lunchtime.
Okay.
So for us kids, it wasn't hard, because it was like, 3 hours or so before we went to bed, and then, like 4 or 5 hours when we got up.
It was like a regular day. You guys were just moving.
Yeah.
So, like, would you guys, like, get up, like, so, like, you'll have dinner and then get in the car, or would you, like, have dinner, go to sleep, and then get up super early and go?
No. Have dinner, get in the car, drive for a couple hours before we went to sleep.
Alright.
Yeah, it was a pretty good system, and it worked for a long time.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
We used to do that too. We didn't have money for planes. We either took the bus, which I hated, or we got in the car.
Yeah.
So like, I went to Iowa. That's what you said? I got it right. Okay.
Went to Iowa.
And then you said your dad's family?
Both my parents' family. So my mom's family lived in one town. Like her parents, my grandparents lived there. Her sister lived like right down the street. Her brother lived like in the next town over, and her other brother lived. Everybody was close. And even my dad's brother lived near there, and his like aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff lived right around that same place, because that's where my parents met. But his parents lived like on the other side of the state. So we'd spend like a week at my mom's parents, my grandparents' house on my mom's side. And, we get to play with cousins and see everybody and all that. Lots of good memories.
So, like a family reunion?
Yeah, kind of.
So, was it like once a year or twice?
Well, we go every other year.
Oh, okay. You did say that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, that's one that you say, like, you would say, like, because sometimes, like you think back, like, if I had the chance to go back, that's where I would go back to. So that's a good one.
That's a good one. Yep.
So now, one as an adult with your family now.
So I actually can't think of a bad vacation. I mean, I could think of some like bad moments, you know, but probably my favorite vacation as an adult. That's hard. There's been some really good ones. So since 2020, I've done a ton of traveling.
Okay.
And they've all been really good. But if I had to pick a favorite, a couple of years ago, maybe in 2024, 2023, I can't remember. 2023, I think. Me and my 3 older boys, we did basically a cross-country trip.
Okay.
We kind of did the same method that we did with my parents, where we drove. We actually drove pretty much nonstop from here to South Dakota. It took about a day and a half.
Okay.
Now at this time, Isaiah, he was 16. He had his permit, so he didn't drive much on the trip.
Yeah.
But me and Elijah and Malachi, we all, drove, took turns. And we drove all the way. It took literally, we left in the evening, like 9 o'clock at night or something. Drove all night, drove all the next day, and drove all the next night to get to South Dakota. And that's the furthest I've ever driven in my life.
You had three people.
We had 3 drivers, so we were able to take turns. And the most amazing thing was when we got to South Dakota, we were in the Badlands, which is like kind of like a canyon of like these incredible like rock structures. But it was dark when we got there.
Yeah.
We pulled into the park probably 15-20 minutes before sunrise. And we just came into the park, and we didn't know where we were. We didn't know what was there.
You didn't know what animals was about to creep out?
No,
if they did?
We knew nothing. We pull into the parking lot, and we just stopped there, and we're like, all right, well, we'll just stay here till sunrise, and then we'll like figure out what we're doing.
Yeah.
So I get out like with my flashlight. I get the camping stove out because this trip we were camping.
Yeah.
And I made coffee, and then the sun came up over like the Badlands, and it's just like, for as far as you can see, the most amazing rocks and canyons, and like just I can't even explain it. It was so amazing, and the most incredible sunrise.
It's like one of those things you had to be there for.
You do.
Did you take a picture?
Oh yeah, I have tons of pictures. I have tons of pictures. That's one of my favorite things to do, is take pictures of all these places that I go. But like we didn't know what to expect, and it was just, we've been driving for a day, 36 hours, a day and a half. We've been in the car. We were all exhausted, and that was like the first day of vacation. It was amazing.
How long did y'all stay out there?
Well, we went to the Badlands. We went to Glacier National Park. We saw like all of the national parks and like national monuments in like South Dakota, Wyoming, Montana. Then we went up to Canada, and we went to some parks up there. We drove. It was amazing. It was like just a little over 2 weeks. We were really tired and ready to come home.
Yeah, because
by the time we got to the end.
Now, was that the first time like you did that? The old school traveling with your.
Yeah, it was. Like we had done, shorter trips.
Yeah.
Like New Jersey or just like someplace close.
Yeah.
A couple of hours. But it was the first time we had done something like that, and it was incredible. Just between having like that time together.
Yeah.
And incredibly beautiful.
So no bad trips. That's good.
Yeah. The only thing I could say is we did go on a family vacation last summer.
Yeah.
And we had like a split between like me and Jasa being like the old people,
Yeah.
I guess. The young adults.
Mhm.
And then Jasa's daughter and son, who have two little ones.
Mhm.
And the young adults spent the whole time drinking. And we were just on opposite schedules. And I was like looking forward. One of the things I love about vacation is just that like unstructured together time. And because they were up all night drinking.
I was about to say.
And I was up all day, like enjoying the beach.
So y'all never. So
we
they was up all night,
yeah.
and y'all was up early and going to sleep early.
Yeah.
So you had the old heads versus the youngins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, it wasn't a bad vacation.
No.
I would totally do it again.
It's just that y'all didn't get to like spend time the way like you wanted to.
Yeah.
All right. So you ever been having a rough time with the fire?
Yeah.
Let me just
I don't know if
say.
Is it the
but after I took the paper out, it kind of started. But it's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
All right. So I think that's how like with me, like I can never say there was a bad vacation. Like there's bad things that might have happened.
Yeah.
But it always worked out.
Yeah.
So
like on that long vacation that we went on, me and the three boys. We rented a car because I didn't want to put all the miles on my car.
Yeah.
The key fob stopped working, and we were in like very rural Wyoming, and the car locked itself with the keys in it. Like nobody did it. It did it to itself because the key fob stopped working.
Like a safety
thing?
I
don't know.
Thing?
It was bizarre.
And how long did it take for you guys to get back in the car?
It was like an hour and a half. We were ready to go on like an early morning hike, and we stopped at the restroom in the campground, and we got locked out of the car. And there was a really nice family. They were like, "Oh, come on over," and they let us have hot chocolate and oatmeal.
So how did it? Like, how did y'all get it? Did it start back up by itself, or you had to call?
No, I had to call. I had to get like a lockout, like a tow truck company to come and basically break into the car.
I would have been freaking out.
But then I had to get like a replacement key battery for the key fob, and it still didn't work. So the rest of the vacation, we had to leave the windows down.
Those things cost money. Those key things. That's crazy.
But it was a rental car, so I just complained about it when I got back. But there's always some like excitement that.
Did you do a really nice review?
No, I got a discount in lieu in lieu of my nice review.
Okay. So Gretchen.
Marquita.
It could be a place. It could be a person. It could be a thing. And I hope it goes where I'm trying to lead it to. What is your first love? What was your first love?
Can I have two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because if you want to do like in the past and then like as a kid and now or
I mean I've got one that was like really about when I was a kid and then one that's like really been my lifelong love.
Okay.
So I mean I think when I was a kid my very first love was my little brother.
Okay.
And so I mean I kind of glossed over.
That's not the one you were.
Not the one I was fighting with all the time.
Okay.
I kind of glossed over him because I thought you might ask me this question.
Okay.
So my little brother Luther.
Okay.
Is 3 years younger than me. And when I think about like the first thing that I loved, I think it was Luther.
Okay.
He was 3 years younger, and again, like I said, I was the only girl, and I think that the experience of having a little brother really helped shape and define who I am.
Okay.
I loved him hard. I like protected him hard. I took really seriously the responsibility that nobody ever assigned to me.
Okay.
To look out for him. And I grew up like in a very strict household. Like there was no There was no bullshit. There was no games. Like, you did, you know, we had fun. Don't get me wrong.
No,
right?
yeah.
We had fun. It was a very loving home.
Yeah, yeah.
But there was a straight and narrow.
Yeah.
And there was no straying from the path, right?
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
And I don't remember much about, like, finding my way to stay on that straight and narrow. But I do really remember making sure that he did too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I remember being like, no, do this. Don't do that. And, like, really trying to make sure that he didn't get, you know, in trouble or yelled at. And he probably thought of it, like, I should call him after this and ask him. But he probably thought of that as being, like, me being overbearing and annoying, right?
Yeah.
But for me, it was love.
Yeah.
That was how I expressed my love, was to just, like, make sure he was good and that he didn't get in trouble.
Did he ever get off the path?
No, he was a really good kid. Okay. I mean, there was mischievous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But,
did your parents ever find out?
I mean, sometimes.
Okay.
But, I think that, like, a lot of who I am, like, really, like, deep parts of my character around, like, caring for people and helping people and being concerned and kind of seeing things from other people's perspectives and wanting to understand and help them came from me doing that with Luther.
Okay.
And so, and I mean, as we grew up, you know, I remember him literally being, you know, 2, 3, 4 years old, my earliest memories. You know, when we played together, I was the mom, you know, and when we weren't playing, like, I was still the boss.
So I was going to ask, like, did y'all have something that only you two did, like, bonded y'all that you didn't do with, like, your other siblings? Like a game, or went somewhere, like, in the neighborhood, like that was y'all's spot, or something in the house where that's our spot, don't go there, like.
I don't think so, but I mean, as we got older, you know, having, like, four of us siblings, the older two were, like, 1 year apart, and then we were 3 years apart, and, you know, me and Kurt, we just fought. We were like oil and water, you know, like, we just nothing, we did not get along.
Yeah.
So, like, I think we just naturally formed, like, alliances, you know, 2 on 2. But, I mean, as we grew older, like, I think he was probably, like, 10 or 11, you know, he wanted to get a job, and there wasn't, you know, what is a 10, 11-year-old gonna do, right?
Yeah.
But he wanted to get a paper route and deliver newspapers to earn money, and my mom was like, well, you can only do that if Gretchen's gonna do it with you, because you're too young to do it by yourself. And so I was like, okay. And so we did that together, and, you know, we had, like, friends that were kind of in the same friend group, even though we were 3 years apart. We had, like, friends that were siblings, and so as we got older, we still did a lot of things together, you know.
That's
work
cool.
together, play together.
Cool.
And so, yeah, I think Luther was my first love.
That's dope.
But my second first love, if there is such a thing,
There is.
would have to be water.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I
Think
could,
it's going where I need it to go?
you knew this is what was going to come out, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't matter if it's a stream, a river, the rain, the ocean, a lake. Water's something special. And again, going back to way back when I was a kid, the really, like, the happiest memories, the places that I remember, like, being together with my family or with my friends, and really having experiences that were always positive were around water.
Okay.
My friend friends of ours growing up, they had a cottage at a lake.
Mhm.
My dad loved to fish,
Mhm.
and we would spend, days, nights. We'd stay overnight at the cottage, and so like being near the water, on the water. Now I love to kayak.
Mhm.
I love to swim. I love to be on the beach. And also when I was a kid, my parents had like property in the country. They, like I said, I lived in the same house for the first 21 years, but they had bought property in the country with a goal of paying off the house and building a new house in the country. And, times are hard.
Yeah.
4 kids are expensive.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And that just never happened.
Yeah.
But they always had the land.
Mhm.
And it had a stream, a creek running through it. And my mom used to take us there in the summer,
Mhm.
and we would just play in the water. Like, we couldn't really swim because it was a small creek, but we'd play in the water and we'd catch crawdads and just be out in nature. And I, to this day, water, nature, all of nature.
Mhm.
I love the trees, I love the mountains, I love the forest, all of that. But like water is my thing.
You're answering the question that I wanted to get. So, all right. So, would you say that nature is like your hobby, like a favorite pastime, or like if you ever like hit the lottery or just retire, this is something that you would do like for the rest of your life?
So, I mean, when you say, is it like a hobby or is it like, it's so much more than that.
Okay.
Like, nature is spiritual to me.
Okay.
Because
so it's a part of you. It's not a favorite pastime.
It's not a
like,
pastime. Yeah. It's not a hobby.
Yeah.
It is where I am the most me.
Now, when did you, like, at what age did you discover, like, because people think, like, as kids, like, I mean, we might have, like, a little bit of a fuzzy memory, but we know, like, even if we can't say, oh, when I was, 8 years old, but you have, like, a specific time that you could remember, like, I was sitting here, and, like, what,
like, in terms of, like, knowing that it was the place where I was whole. Because
I'm not going to ask you, like, when did you start going? Because you already said that
forever,
family vacations, but
I mean, my dad, I think my mom, and my mom was a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
And my dad, he always worked a full-time job for himself. He was self-employed, and he was a pastor. Mm-hmm. So, like, he was extremely busy.
Yeah.
So, we were always with my mom.
Yeah.
And when, the weekend, or maybe it was in the summertime or whatever, when he had a day off, he would want to go fishing. Mm-hmm. And we'd always go with him. My mom would never go. Mm-hmm. Like, if we were on, like, a family picnic or something like that, it was different. But for the most part, I think that was her, like, alone time at home.
I get that.
To, like, have a moment to breathe, right? Mm-hmm. And so we would always go with my dad. Mm-hmm. To whatever, lake or river or whatever. And, I never fished. Mm-hmm. Like, my brothers did a little bit, I mean, I tried. Excuse me, I tried it, but it wasn't my thing. Mm-hmm. I would just like to, wander around and look at the trees and pick flowers and, see what's under the rock or look for frogs or whatever.
Yeah. And, like, you went off on your own.
Yeah, I kind of just did my own thing.
That's
and
pretty cool.
If sometimes, with, one of my siblings, or I had a friend when I was young that lived in the same building as us, and sometimes, like, she would come along, and so there was playing make-believe, and I didn't honestly, I didn't need a friend. I have a very vivid imagination, and I talk to myself. Even now, I talk to myself all the time.
Definitely get that.
I don't need somebody else around to entertain myself. I can just have a full-on conversation with myself.
So you're creative as well. Like, And and that's so funny because like you're in the and I don't probably at that time you didn't even like realize that this was becoming a love. You
I had no
you
idea.
kind of like was because you going off on your own and then playing make believe. This is probably what helped it. Like you know what I mean? And so more or less to say it was your comfort zone.
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely. And I mean I've always been an introvert. And I like my alone time. And I not that I didn't have friends, but like I wasn't the person to be like the most popular kid or the one that everybody wanted to hang out with or like, and I also wasn't one to be like in a clique. I kind of like I could be friends with anybody. But I also wasn't anybody's best friend. So I relished those times when I was by myself because nobody understood me better than me. So I think that as a kid, I mean, maybe it wasn't conscious, but I would certainly look forward to, and even as I got older, I would ask and I would want to go and I would want to, tag along with my dad wherever he was going so that I could, play in the weeds, climb the trees, and discover beautiful things.
Y'all never went at night, right? Like y'all went at night?
I remember. So I
was about to ask, did anything ever like pop out?
No, I have one memory of going at night. So my dad did like to night fish, and I have just one memory of we went to Lackawanna State Park, and now the park is like closed at dusk. But there's like a bridge, and you could like get down, and he would go under the bridge and go fishing. I mean, I don't know how late it was. It was dark, and it was probably summertime, so it had to be kind of late. And I don't know how old I was, but I stuck closer.
That's what I'm about to say. Like, cause with light you could be more free, but then when it gets dark, you don't know what's gonna pop out, so you want to stay close to like. Stuff like so that's pretty dope. So nature that's a part of you. It's not a pastime, it's not a hobby. It is you.
It is me.
So
like
that's dope. That's dope.
It's like a spiritual experience.
I love that. So I think I'm going to do a quick one, and then I'm going to get to the meat and potatoes, and then we're going to close it out. Do you prefer takeout, or do you prefer a home-cooked meal?
Home-cooked meal, 365 days out of 365 days. And I'm going to tell you why, because takeout sucks. You have to pay a lot of freaking money to get food that tastes better than mine. And I love to cook, so, no takeout.
I know for me, I love to eat, and if I'm spending money and that shit ain't good,
exactly,
I'm turning up. Like, we're going to have a problem.
I gotta tell you, on the way here, I did stop because I told her I was hungry. And there's a little spot, it's called Hummus and Honey. I love like Greek food and Middle Eastern food. And I ordered their grape leaves. They were so good.
You said grape leaves?
Grape leaves, stuffed grape leaves.
I've heard of that.
It's like rice and lamb.
I was going to say, what does that consist of? Okay.
So I will eat out when it is like authentic ethnic food.
I'll get that.
Because I'm still like learning how to cook from various cultures. That's like my favorite thing. Other than, being out in nature, is to be in the kitchen trying to duplicate. Like, I'm gonna go home and be like, I think I can make those grape leaves. And I'm gonna have to try it.
Okay. I kind of knew that. I think I prefer prefer a home cooked meal. Like, I would like to, if I ever had a chance, because times are hard, like, to go to, like, different parts of the country and even state and try like different foods.
Whenever I do go somewhere, I want to eat like what the locals eat. I want to eat their favorite spot. I don't want to eat the fancy restaurant, where the tourists go. I want to go to like the place on the corner where the people who live there eat.
Yeah.
And I also have a rule, like, if I'm going to eat out, I have to order something that I've never had before.
So, like, what do they call it? Like a staple. Like, that's, like, where everybody goes. You don't, it's not just something that was
like
just
if I'm
built.
in the neighborhood, I'm eating
it's not something that was just built, like kind of like a mom or pop, like that's been there. Like, not something that was just built.
Nope.
Not some shit that I could go to in any other.
No, exactly. I don't want to eat at a chain. I want to eat at the mom and pop place, or like the pop up like food truck on the side of the road, or When we were in Costa Rica, me and the boys went there 2 years ago, I guess, and the best food we ate there. We were driving. We were going from like one side of the country basically to the other, and pulled over on the side of the road. There was somebody with like a tent and a fire, and they were making empanadas, and they were like Costa Rican empanadas. They weren't like the empanadas we get here, but they were so good. Like cooked over, like fried in hot oil over an open fire, and just on the side of the road. It was great.
Costa
so like
Rica,
that kind of food I'll eat.
Yeah. I had to give it some light.
Yeah.
All right. What is something that happened to you in your life that changed your view of the world? It could be something funny. It could be something positive. It doesn't have to be something sad or negative. It could be whatever you want. So just so you know the options and stuff like that.
So I wouldn't say it's something that happened to me per se. It's just like part of life. But so I would say the thing that like most recently changed my life, or changed how I see life, like my worldview, and shook up like how the things that I believed, or the things that I was taught, or just how I operated. The thing that like turned that upside down the most for me, in probably my whole life, has been being Liam's mother.
Okay.
So Liam is 11. He's my stepson. And I've been his mom since he was 1. And I'm no longer with his dad.
Okay.
And he has caused me to question almost everything that I thought I knew about life, about parenting, about who I was, in like good ways, right?
So he challenges you.
He challenged me in like the most incredible ways, and like at the time, that was hard, right? So, when he was like, so he's 11 now, so we're talking like maybe like 4 years ago. When he was like 6, 7 years old, he was really struggling, like emotionally, behaviorally, like, and I was struggling to deal with that. Like, quite honestly, I was not the best mother, because the way I had been raised, as I mentioned before, like, there was a straight and narrow path, and boy, you better stay on it, right? And I learned very quickly at a very young age to control my emotions, my behavior, and do the right thing. And that served me well.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it got me where I am today. It got me, you know, a stable life, a stable job, the ability to, you know, raise 3 boys by myself. And it wasn't necessarily a bad thing, but when Liam didn't respond to all of the same parenting techniques that I used on my other children, I was like thrown for a loop.
Yeah.
And I had to like do a lot of like questioning and soul searching around what's more important. Is it acting right? Is it the doing of the right thing? Or is it being who you are? And loving your kid, you know that it's being who you are, right? Like, I know that in my heart, right? But in my mind, that was super dangerous. Right? Being who you are can cause all kinds of chaos, all kinds of danger. And like every alarm bell that was ever installed in me as a child about, you know, behaving properly and doing the right thing and, you know, keeping order and all of that was like blaring. And I was freaking out. And it took me probably 2 years of like fighting with myself and with him and wrestling with like all of these questions about like, what do I want for him? Who do I want him to be? Who is he? What's best for him? And then like not just about him, like what about me? Like what if I didn't do what I was supposed to do? What if all the things that I'm doing are just what I'm supposed to do and not what I really want to do? And that was like, I don't know, like it really shook up my reality because I always did the right thing. I always did the good thing. I was always a good person. And not that, like, I wanted to do something, you know, terrible, but it's just that I had a question, like, why do I do the things that I do? And do I want him to also give up on who he is in order to fit in a box? And, you know, check this checklist of the good kid or the good person? Like, what does that even mean? And I never, for the first 40-some years of my life, like 40, 42, whatever years of my life, I never questioned that. I never questioned if what I thought was the right thing was really the right thing for me, or if it was just what somebody told me was the right thing.
I get that.
Right?
I definitely get that.
And I think what it boils down to is, are we here to do something, or are we here to be somebody? A friend of mine always reminds me when I get kind of like caught up. He says, we're human beings, not human doings. And that's what it is, right? Like, just be who you are. And I mean, again, like, as your kid, as a parent, you want to accept your kids for who they are, whatever they are. Like, you love all of the, you know, the quirks and the fun things and the uniqueness about your child. But then you fear that if they don't fit in a nice, neat box, that the world's gonna hurt them. And this Liam taught me how to be me. Not just how to accept him for who he is, but he made me look in the mirror and literally break the mirror and start all over again.
Yeah.
And figure out who the hell am I?
Yeah.
And I'm still on that journey. Still trying to figure it out. But
I think
I'm getting there.
it's crazy because I know. That's why our kids, act out.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's like,
they just want to be them.
We're trying so hard. Of course we want to be good. We want to do the right things, but we also want to be us.
Right.
And it's like we're afraid of the world, of course, but afraid of what our parents are going to think. So now it's just like, oh man. Now it's just like, now I'm going to act out because I don't know what I should be doing right now.
Right.
I'm going to do what I want to do, and I want to do it, and I know even though I'm not supposed to do it, but I'm going to act out.
Yeah. And
it's like, where's it going to get me? Like yelled at, punished,
right,
locked up if it's in the world. But
and
it's
I
just
think
like,
one of the things you see, and I saw this in Liam, I don't know if you see this in your kids, but I see him trying so hard to please.
Yeah.
Trying so hard, like purposely being like, oh no, I can't do that. I've got to do this. And like contorting himself to meet a standard.
Yeah, be something that he's not.
Contorting himself to meet an expectation.
Yeah.
And because I spent so much time struggling, like I feel like I have time to make up for, and I have like harm to repair with him, and I'm constantly trying to balance this, like, you have to be responsible and do do the right thing, but you have to do that within the framework of being true to who you are.
I was just about to say that, like, of course we're going to structure them in a way like manners and don't do anything dangerous, but also be who you are, because I feel like, and nothing against my parents, nothing against my elders, nothing like that. I think they were doing
they did the
best that they could with what they had and what they knew, right? Yeah.
And now we know better, so.
As the time goes, it's just like, maybe if we were allowed to be more creative and be who we were and not worried about, because that's what society does. It puts that pressure on you, like, you can't do certain things, or you can't say certain things, or you can't act because people gonna think you're weird and strange and different. So what? I am different.
Yeah.
I'm not like you.
No. And that's the most beautiful
thing.
And
I want to be okay with that, but I can't, because you're making it hard for me.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to go to college.
Right.
Like my son, for instance, it was the question on the table. Do you want to go to college or do you want to work? And he said, I don't want to go to college because at the end of the day, it's going to be this big expense.
Right.
Why would I put that on myself or my parents?
Right.
I want to work.
Yeah.
And then, and to some people, it's like, the fuck?
Right.
But then when you really think about it, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know how much debt I was in before my loans got paid off?
Yeah. And
I didn't really do anything with it. I'm looking at the camera because we're super dark, but you can hear our voices, so it's cool.
That's okay.
And that's the point of it. It made so much sense.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, do I have to get married because everybody else has got married? Or, like, no. I just want to be me in whatever I'm comfortable being. And I couldn't really truly do that until I became an adult. And that's not fair, because I feel like when we're in that box, it kind of fucks our kids up. And it fucked me up. And I'm quite sure it fucked you up.
For sure.
And that's just, thank you so much for bringing that to the table because, like, on that, I didn't know you were going to bring that to the table.
Surprise,
Everything
surprise.
else, I
You
already
predicted.
and I was, especially that nature thing.
Right.
But
yeah,
inspiration. Man.
And I think too, like one of the things is like timing, right?
Mhm.
I mean, I had 3 kids that I raised before Liam, and now, of course, I question regularly, like, did I do that wrong? You know, because of, you know, the experience that I've had raising Liam and the, like, truly, like, the enlightenment that I've come to as a part of, you know, the process of being his mother. And so I reflect back on, like, raising the 3 older boys and wonder, what did I do?
I think certain things work for certain people. I feel like, in my opinion, just from knowing you and then see like how you raised your kids, the time that I spent with you guys when they were younger.
Yeah.
I don't think you did anything wrong because that just goes back to how we were brought up.
Yeah.
I feel like at that particular time, that's what we needed, even though we wish, like we just spoke about, we had a little bit of more room to be who we truly were, but it eventually came out.
Yeah.
But I feel like,
I think
like just like you talk about with timing, like, and the specific person, I feel like at that time for your 3 boys, at that particular time, that's what worked for them, and I feel like, and I mean, I could call them on the phone, or we could call them on the phone and ask them.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you were able to, are you doing everything that you wanted to do? And then Liam came, and I'm gonna call him your son because that's who he is.
He's my son.
And that worked for him at that particular time, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like nothing was done wrong.
No, and I just feel like there's a timing issue because, you know, my older 3 boys, you know, like, I was in my 20s and, you know, early 30s when they were young.
Yeah.
And then Liam came along when I was older, and, you know, we're, I guess, in our middle age now. I guess that's what you call this. 40-something years old, and I think there's just things that happen because we are the age that we are, where we're starting to see things differently and understand things differently, and I think it just has to do with how long we've lived and how far we've come and how, you know, our bodies and our hormones are changing and, like, our brains are changing, and that's just part of getting older, is kind of this awakening and enlightenment and understanding and, you know, really coming to terms with who we really are and what's really true versus what we were told and how they're very different is part of just being 40-something years old. And coincidentally, I think Liam was like, what's that, like, in science when you have, like, something that makes it, you know, the chemical reaction faster or whatever? I don't know what the word is. But, like, he was like, he was the thing that, he was like the accelerant. Like, if you're, like, starting a fire and you put gasoline on it. He was the accelerant in me coming to terms with what was believed and what is now.
So, before we end it off, and hopefully we have, like, a really good end off, but this all in itself I could take home. I don't know about you guys, but I can definitely take this home. I don't think, so it's like half and half for me. I was also brought up in a strict house, and my elders were very strict. My mom was very strict. My dad, he was just like a daddy. He was a dad, you know? Like, my dad was, I wouldn't call my dad strict, though. like, if we did something that he ain't like, we were being told about it.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Not saying, you know what I mean? But he was a little bit more laid back than my mom, I should say. I don't have a problem with that. I feel like if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today.
Yep.
But I also wish I had that other part where I had more room to be, like, I didn't have that pressure of, like, because it wasn't even really so much about the world. It was like, what would my parents think? Like, what my family's gonna think? What?
Right.
So I just wish it was like a balance.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't really become that balance until I was in my 20s. I became an adult. Yeah. And probably not, and what I'm particularly thinking about is when I came out. So maybe when I was 18, and because, you know, I dressed a certain way that wasn't appropriate. That's, you know, and I don't really want to get into much about that because but I'm just saying, like, what we're pretty much talking about. Yeah. I don't have a problem with my upbringing. I just wish there was a little bit more room to grow in a way. And I did, eventually. But, yeah. So.
Yeah, I wonder, like, what would we be in a different place, physically, spiritually, emotionally, if we had received more, like, freedom and encouragement and acceptance for the way we felt, the things we thought, who we wanted to be, how we behaved, instead of trying to, like, squish us in a box.
Yeah.
I don't know, right?
Maybe that's why I'm claustrophobic today. I don't, and, like, I'm being told, like, I don't like it. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like rules, right? Yeah. I just want to be who I am, and Gretchen, I thank you so much for bringing that to the table. Like, I feel like every guest that I sit with is gonna bring something new, and this is why we're doing what we're doing. So we come into that part, and it's totally up to you. We can close now, or if you have something that you want to share with us.
Actually,
I usually know. And this is the first time I don't know, like, what my guests are doing. So, and even if she does do something, I don't know what she's doing. So
So the one thing we didn't talk about is writing, and I know that's your passion. But that's a gift that you gave to me, and so I want to read for your friends what I wrote to you on your birthday, if that's okay with you.
It's totally okay.
All right. See, I printed it out, because I forgot to bring my notebook.
1 second.
Oh no, I can't. It's in the car. I brought the wrong papers.
Oh, we're not gonna let that be a reason.
Hold on.